Okay, so today I'm back with a Linkin Park video up from the bottom. It's been a while since I've done a Linkin Park video, so I was like, no, let me get back on. All right, I've been slacking. It's just sometimes it takes a minute for them to get up because I gotta get through all the copyright stuff. But anyway, that being said, let's get into this. I'm very excited. I have enjoyed some of the new music they've been putting out so far. I think I listened to the album a little while ago. Pretty good album. So let's see how this goes. Wait, was it the album? Or maybe I just listened to a couple of songs. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Inside it feels like I'm barely breathing. Feels like air is running out. Inside I'm stuck here staring at a ceiling. You put up to keep me down, 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 down.
Waking up without a name, opening my eyes, knowing nothing is the same. Circling around.
Oh yeah, you might have to see me towel off a couple times. I just drank a bunch of coffee. It makes me hot for a second. I gotta cool that down. Hold on. Let me drink some water. Okay, let's start this over because I was partially distracted by my own sweating.
Inside it feels like I'm barely breathing. Feels like air is running out. Inside I'm stuck here staring at a ceiling. You put up to keep me down, 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 down.
Waking up without a name, opening my eyes, knowing nothing is the same. Circling around a drain, as I realize that there's no one else to blame.
You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. Each time I hold my fist inside my pocket.
Hold on, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. That hit me. You know what, so far I can rock with this song. But one thing I like about it does feel like, how can I put it? It feels like Linkin Park. One thing I will appreciate about this song and just their newer songs in general is they stay very true to the heart of what Linkin Park is. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel or be like, nah, this is a new era, we gotta do something different, be something new. Because sometimes bands will try that. They'll try to, which can work out sometimes, and sometimes it's good to do something outside of your wheelhouse and something outside of your comfort zone. But the thing is that sometimes people will lose the essence of what makes them who they are. And I think that's a difficult thing, to try to grow and explore, but also maintain the core of what your music is about. And I will say for a lot of their new music, I mean, some of their new songs do sound like updated versions of songs from their first album. Like Two-Face. Two-Face sounds like a modern version of, what song is it? Everything you say to the edge, I'm about to break. You know what I'm talking about. It sounds like a new version of that. And, but one thing I'll say is that they maintain the core of their identity as a group, but their songs still feel new. They still feel like new and different, but still at the core of Linkin Park. And I think it's also because their new singer, she's not just trying to imitate Chester Bennington. She can't be Chester, and she's not trying to be Chester, which I think really helps. Because one thing I think sometimes when you're a singer trying to replace another singer, you may want to try to imitate that singer, and that can sometimes happen to your detriment. And I appreciate that she's not trying to be Chester. But they're still very much Linkin Park.
Hold my breath until I'm blue.
before we get into that, I do want to say though, is that this song highlights something that Linkin Park is very, very good at lyrically, and they're very good at painting vivid imagery through their lyrics and making it and clearly expressing that emotion through the song, because you can very much feel this song, the idea of this song of, being stuck in place, being pushed down, feeling like you're being pigeonholed, being like, locked in a situation you don't really want to be in, and feeling like you kind of want to break free of that and get out. That's kind of a running theme throughout all of their music, is being put in positions pushed upon you by others and feeling that pressure from other people and feeling like you can't live up to it, or it's going to make you break in a sense. And this kind of struggle between keeping yourself together under that pressure and not letting it break you, but also still searching and looking for your own identity.
Keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. Try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom.
Okay, you know what? I hate to pause again, but you know what this kind of reminds me of, but in a different sense? It kind of reminds me, thematically a little bit. It's not a one-to-one, but Alice in Chains' Down in a Hole. But whereas Down in a Hole is more so about you putting yourself in a hole, this is about somebody else putting you in that hole. Because a lot of the theme of Linkin Park's music is the pressure that the world and sometimes people put upon you, and how that affects the way you feel about yourself and your place in this world. And the thing that made me think about Alice in Chains Down the Hole, the very fact is that you've got me stuck down here at the bottom, looking up. Like, you have put me down here in this hole, and I'm looking up, hoping for escape, hoping for a way out, trying to find some kind of light, and you seem to want to keep me there, almost like you want me here to elevate your own position, so to speak.
Everybody out, that devil is coming. Poison on his lips and his words mean nothing. Cold like a mountaintop, father never loved him. Mama said he's bad enough times that it's sunk in. Everybody out, that devil is coming. Promise you the world, but he's always bluffing. Before you even know it's a trap you're stuck in. He's gone like a ghost, already off running.
Okay, so that was Linkin Park, Up From the Bottom. I gotta say, I definitely rock with that. That is definitely going to my Linkin Park playlist. Let me know what you think. Are you rocking with current Linkin Park, or do you still prefer just old Linkin Park, or do you think, that you can still love old Linkin Park, but you appreciate what they're doing now? Let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? And if you also want to check out this video, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, apart from my commentary. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.